All right, so Greg writes in and he asked, should he take a lump sum of $122,000? I hope it looks like it's backwards on my end. I hope it's right side for you guys. Let me just move this. Hold on just a second. There we go. That's a little bit better, I think. I hope that's not backwards when you see this. Anyway, a lump sum of $122,000 or a monthly annuity of $1,045. I have no clue how old Greg is. I got no idea what his circumstances are. If this is only money he's got, I don't know. But given, if I would had a gun to my head and someone said, tell me to do something, Josh, should I take the lump sum or the annuity? This is a slam dunk. What do you think it is, guys? All right, so tell me, think about it. I want you to think about it, put in the show notes. Actually, don't put in the show notes. Just think about it. Should old Greg, he has a gun to our head, said, what should I do? What would you do? 3, 2, 1, you take the annuity. Bar none. This is not even close. The reason we do that is because we take $1,045 a month, we times that by 12, we take our trusty calculator because we don't know what that is off the top of our head, and we say 1,045 times 12 is $12,540 a year. All right. Now we divide that by 122, which equals a 10.27% payout rate. Dude, that's flipping nuts, man. 10.27% payout rate. That's, and I don't even care if this is single life. I don't care if Greg is 80 years old. I don't care if Greg's fit. The younger Greg is, the more beneficial this is, without question. There's probably single life, probably got no cost of living adjustment. Look, man, this is not debatable. Greg should take this pension or this annuity. It's the same thing, pension/annuity. It's just not debatable. I know Greg's not 50 or 80 years old because he had written a bunch of stuff about, if you got 3% for 10 years, blah, blah, blah. Man, it doesn't matter. Take the pension in this case without question. All right. Now, second part of this, Tracy writes in, he has a level income annuity offer. All right, he has a level income annuity for his frozen cash balance pension plan. So he's 55. He's going to retire next year at 56. He says, I've never heard of a level income annuity. What do you think? And so basically, a couple things going on here. He didn't tell me the details of how much he'll get from this or anything like that. So I don't know what the payout will be. But the nice thing about the level income annuity is it follows under the 72T withdrawal exceptions. Separate but equal periodic payments, SEPP, separate but equal periodic payments, that's what's called. That's one of the exceptions for the 72T early distribution penalty. All right, so with a level income annuity, he knows because it's level income and he gets the 72T, 72T is an exception, is right, 72T. So he gets the 72T, which means he will not pay a 10% penalty for having access to his plan, his income, before the age of 59 and a half. I hope that makes sense. So if you're under the age of 59 and a half and you have a qualified account, be it an IRA, 401k, 403b, you're subject to a 10% early withdrawal penalty, except under reasons of what's called 72T. One of the exceptions are separately equal periodic payments. All right, I think it's separately equal or separate but equal. Separate but equal? No, that's from the freaking Brown v. Board. Separately, whatever it is. It's separate and equal periodic payments, SEPP. All right, but the interesting thing is here, this is his employer cash balance pension plan. Now he'll retire next year at 56. Ding, ding, ding. That means if he leaves that money in his employer plan, as long as the employer allows him to, he has access to it because he's separated after the age of 54 from his employer and he hasn't rolled over his employer-sponsored retirement plan. A lot going on there, but just remember, one of the 72T rules is that as long as you're 55 and over and separate from service and leave your employer retirement plan at the employer, you do have access to it without the 10% penalty. You have to be 55 and older when you separate. You can't be 53, quit, leave your money at your 401k plan, then 55 start tapping into it. It doesn't work like that. You have to be 55 and older when you quit your job and have your money still at your employer plan before you can have the access to the 72T, the waiver to the 10% penalty. And one of the reasons why this is important, because I get this all the time, I have an IRA, should I roll that to my new employer? The answer, I would tell you, is probably yes. Because roll it to your new employer, if you stay there until you're 55 and that new employer allows that money to come in, that's part of your employer plan. And so if you're, let's say you're 40 years old, you're going to work for freaking RJ Reynolds. And you're going to say, I like this company. I'm just using that for example. I can work there until I'm 55. I have $100,000 in my old IRA. I can roll that to my new RJR plan. It's at that plan. Now I'm 55 years old. I'm quitting. And I got $300,000 now in this 401k. Remember, your $100,000, you put that into your new plan. It's grown to $300,000. You have access to it as long as you keep out that plan, as long as you separate from service at 55 or later. A lot going on there. So for Tracy, he didn't tell me how much the level income annuity is going to get. Now, unlike Greg up here, I have a sneaky suspicion it's not going to be 10.27%. So Tracy's 55. I would be, if he's not getting more than 7% with a joint life annuity, I would not take the annuity. And I vacillate between 6.5 to 7, but let's just say he had $100,000 in here. What do I do? All right, here we go. $100,000 is the amount he's going to roll to his level income annuity from his frozen cash balance pension plan. It's going to pay him $500 a month. Well, that equals $6,000 a year, which is a 6% payout rate. Well, that's pretty good, but that's still only $500 a month. That's $500 a month for many years, when he's 56, 66, 76, 86. That just doesn't have that much appeal to me. It really does not. So I don't know what his payout rate. If it's 10%, you got to take that. If it's 8%, you got to take it. Anything less than that, when you're that young, I have more faith in the markets than maybe I ought to. But in this case, I probably would not take the level income annuity simply because I have access to the money at the cash balance pension plan. But do not roll it over, Tracy, whatever you do, because if you roll it to an IRA, you lose that opportunity. Hope this helps. Thanks.